there are some things that we have to unlearn. And I actually made kind of a short list of things. So for example, we have to unlearn this, that some gifts are more important than others. I mean, Paul goes to great lengths to say this, right? We can't overvalue a person's gifts, and we can't undervalue a person's gifts either. It's a huge problem. Here's something else we have to unlearn, that God is not fair in how he distributes gifts. Now, I don't know about you, but for me, I'm not really jealous of other people's gifts because I've been on lots of mission trips and I've seen the church and how it works with everyone kind of doing their thing. It's a beautiful thing. But sometimes I think it's not fair that God gives more gifts to someone than to me, all right? So hypothetically speaking here for a second, right? So Scott Velasquez, he spoke last week. He's got a lot of gifts, right? He's a great speaker. He's a great singer. He's a great leader. He's got great technology skills and communication stuff going on. And then sometimes, again, speaking hypothetically, I'm like, wow, he's got a lot of gifts and little old me, maybe I only have a couple. But that's something we have to unlearn. The thing is, and Paul says this, it is God who determines what kinds of gifts and how many gifts he gives to someone else. God decides. So if you were to ask, well, why does God give this person that, and why does this person get more than the other? The answer is because God said so. It's kind of like what your parents said, because I said so. It's just the way that it is. Here's another thing we have to unlearn. I'll sit on my gifts while watching others use theirs. This is a huge problem in churches. And that's why Paul says, no, we all need all of the parts, just like the body does. And then finally, we have to unlearn this. I really don't need the gifts of others. And I think sometimes people who have disconnected from church think that they can just me and Jesus out in the woods worship. No. Me and Jesus out in the woods worshiping is okay, but we need the church and we need all the parts of it so that we can rejoice with one another and suffer with one another as we need. So this passage kind of deconstructs these faulty beliefs and behaviors that the Corinthian church had. And to kind of modernize it, let me just say some things like this. So that person who's using his or her gifts from the stage as a teacher, I mean, that's a valuable thing, right? But so is the person who's serving as a youth sponsor on Sunday afternoons with the teens. A small group leader using his or her gifts to care for people, it's a valuable thing. And it's also valuable for the person who's using their gifts to make chili for a homeless shelter. The person giving a powerful testimony, we might look at that and say, wow, what a gift that is. But it's no greater than the gift of the preschool worker who's teaching that person's kid for both services when they give the testimony. The gifted vocalist and the guy at the sound booth, their gifts are equally important and equally needed. In God's eyes, all gifts are equal and equally needed to accomplish the mission.